Woo! We'll leave that walking the room. Okay. Oh, the box of Model A parts is on the dining table. Okay, turn the camera on. Okay. I ordered some parts for the Model A from Snyder Antique Auto, or Model A Parts. I don't remember what it's called. Anyway, I can't remember what was last on video. What did we last do on video with Model A, Brandon?
I think you drove it to Mattoon.
To the car show.
To the car show. I think that was the last one.
But did we record driving it to the car show?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Look it up.
Doing it.
Okay. So anyway, Brandon and I got the wiring to the let's see, the coil, the ignition, and sure, I'll sit down. The distributor, all except that little tiny wire in the base of the distributor, replaced. And we went for a late night cruise to see if it was running better, because before the car was acting like it was running on like one cylinder. And
Car show in the mall was the last one.
oh, okay.
Road trip and the Model A. 2 months ago, 17 minutes on.
So the last one was car show in the mall.
Yes.
Oh. Anyway, we went for a test drive late at night, and the car ran like a brand new car after all that wiring. So I thought, shoot, that's what it was, all that melted cloth wiring going to the little junction box on the firewall and the coil and all that stuff and up to the key. So we went to bed, got up the next morning, took off to drive the car 20 minutes away to a car show that my car club hosts, and it was back to running on one cylinder. Just absolutely ran like crap all the way there. But it ran, and it got us there. We enjoyed the car show that day. Went to get in the car and hooked the battery up, because we don't leave it unsupervised with the battery hooked up. And I cranked on it. No, Brandon was cranking on it while I was going to tap on the starter bolt, or the carburetor bolt, and make sure that the needle wasn't stuck or anything, see if maybe there was gunk in it, and that's why it was running like crap. Well, he cranked on it. I was under the hood getting ready to tap on the carburetor, and when he cranked on it, smoke billowed out from a wiring harness that I couldn't see because I was on the passenger side of the car. I was like, whoa, whoa, we got smoke. So Brandon got the battery unhooked real fast, I think. I can't remember what all was going on.
Yeah.
And I put that side of the hood down, lifted this side of the hood up, came around here, and I was like, what in the heck? And I found the wires that were still have just a tiny bit of smoke coming off of them from before he'd unhooked the battery. And it was all the headlight and horn harness. The cloth has deteriorated and fell off the wires, and a couple of wires had melted themselves together. So I was like, shoot. So I pulled the wires apart and thought, well, we'll try it again. And I hooked the battery back up. Nothing. The whole car dead shorted. No starter, no horn, no headlights, no nothing. So you hear the robot vacuum in there just getting into some kind of nonsense. So we trailered the car home and shoved it in the garage, and life's been so busy with mowing season and finishing out the school year, driving the school bus and yada yada yada, so the Model A has been parked here in the garage for quite a while. And I saved up a couple bucks and got a new harness for the headlights and the horn and all that stuff. And the reason I couldn't just rewire this on my own is because at the base of the steering column, where all the wires come down for the headlights and the horn, there's this funky plug, and I can't make that. That's something, it's all a thing. So $114 for this wiring harness, but it's really, really good quality stuff. I'm excited about it. And so anyway, I ordered that harness, and I took the carburetor apart the other day, cleaned it out. It had some rust dust in it, nothing very grainy. It was just like powder. Cleaned the carburetor, put it back on the car, opened the fuel valve, no fuel. So I thought that was weird. I thought, I don't know, maybe it wants a little bit of pull. I mean, it's gravity feed, so that's not really accurate, but I cranked on it, nothing, no fuel. I'm like, what in the heck? So I took the cap off the fuel tank and shined a flashlight down in there. There's absolutely nothing in there. I forgot. After I unhooked the headlight harness, I wanted to make sure the car still ran okay. So I took it for a drive out north of town here, out in the country, and I made it 2.5 miles from the house and it died. It seemed like it was fuel related, like it wasn't getting any fuel. And I thought, well, something in the carburetor's clogged up. That's what led me to take the carburetor off, yada, yada, yada. Local farmer hooked a tow strap to me, drug me 3 miles back to town. So, where was I going with that?
The metal piece.
That's why I investigated all that. So I looked down in the tank and no gas in it. So that means when I ran out of gas, or whenever I had that fueling issue and broke down on the side of a country road and the farmer had to tow me back home, she just needed some gasoline in her and it probably would have drove right back home. I calculated in my head how much driving I had done and I thought, well, it's probably got half a tank in it. The bubble thing in the dash is not accurate at all. Turns out, nope, it was bone dry. So the old fuel valve has a wax ring right about where my fingertip is, down inside this housing. And that wax ring, with age, dries out and fuel will leak past it and leak out of the bottom of your valve. Now, I haven't noticed the floor in the car being wet, but the car also was sitting for 4, 5, 6 weeks at a time, completely not even looked at while I was working and mowing and what have you. So I suppose it could have dripped out of there over time and evaporated. You know, I didn't see a wet spot on the floor because there was no wet spot on the floor. So I took this valve out and took it apart, and the wax ring was just dry as can be, just crumbled into little tiny pieces. And I looked at getting a new wax ring for it, and they said they were out of stock on Snyder's website. I looked around on eBay, no. I looked on parts store websites, no. So on Snyder's, they offer a vintage looking valve that's got the same handle and looks very proper, but it's got ball valve internals. And I can verify looking down inside it. It's got a ball valve in there. So this will not leak. And I'm super excited about that. So we got some gasoline rated Teflon tape. I'm gonna put this new shut-off valve in the bottom of the tank, and I guess run to the gas station, get some gas in the fuel can. Forgot about that, tough break. Put some gas in it, make sure it doesn't leak, start it, make sure it runs, and then shut it right back off real quick, and then start getting all that old crappy wiring peeled out of this car and getting a new one in. So that's the current plan. Are you ready for a ride, Ben? You know what that's from?
Nope.
It's a really good movie. Oh! That's a lot of crap coming out of there. Got my super high-tech brush. Yeah. Should I spin it? Oh, yeah. Oh! Oh. I'm just getting all that crap up inside the tank. That's fine. Should I take like compressed air and blow around in there and see if anything comes out here. What if I got the shop vac hose, had you hold it on the bottom of this tank, and I take the air hose, shove it down inside the tank, and just blast it all over the place? Do you think the shop vac would pick up like rust flakes and particles and things?
You can try it.
Do you want to try it?
Well, sure. Science experiment.
Here we go. Get a look-see.
Oh, that's the...
Nope.
You get him.
Can you see?
Oh, yeah. Look in there.
There ain't enough room for the camera and the flashlight. There's a... Oh! That's the... Okay. That cork I'm seeing is the end of the fuel level float jigger.
Yeah.
And sometime I'll look down in there when there's gasoline in it and see if that floats. And that'll tell us if the fuel gauge works. But judging by the crustiness of it, I hope the camera can pick it up. It looks like SpongeBob when he got stuck in Sandy's house and had no water. Remember that episode?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay. Is it on
Yeah, you're
the
good.
right deal? Well, this fuel line's right in my way. Okay. So we got distracted trying to make it as clean as possible inside the tank. Oh gosh. Oh, I can't do nothing. Ow. We got distracted and cleaned the tank out. And now we're going back to what I was doing before that. Whew, man, it's hard to get that lined up just right. The bottom of the tank is curved, so you can't really tell when you're in the right plane with the bung. I just had to keep spinning it and going by feel until it's quit. So these paint flakes on here, you see? It looked like there was some of those in the tank. And I don't think that's possible, and maybe that's not what they were, but that's what they looked like. So we poked around in there and got them to fall down through the whole end of the shop vac hose. Oh baby, I don't know about how many more I want to go. Oh gosh, that's really tight. If it leaks, we'll always wish it hadn't.
I don't know.
Line wrench. Did you ever shut off the fuel valve in this?
Nope.
You didn't?
Mm-mm.
You remember how much I'd struggle with it?
Yep.
That's the satisfaction of a ball valve right there. One finger. One pinky. Can I blow on it to make it change?
Try a little bit harder. So no, come over here and try blowing down.
Okay. It's still easy to switch the valve. You think that's on or off? I can never remember. We're gonna find out.
That is on.
To the Casey's.
Easy. Easy. Ah.
10.2. Freaking 30. $5. Blowing the budget. We're coming for you, Model A! Where's the music?
Easy, puppers.
Don't spill, please.
Yeah, okay. There's gonna be a big old mess. Coming right now.
You want me to help you?
Nope. I'm a big boy. You ready?
Yeah. Should we put the screen in that goes in that filler thing?
Nope, too late.
Alright, whoa.
I hear a leak.
Yeah, big leak.
She's a geyser.
Oh!
Well, we better come investigate.
Oh, that's not good! Get the gas can! Will it fit under the car? Damn it!
Nope. She ain't fitting.
Here. What a mess. We're letting the garage air out. Smells like smells like a bunch of idiots dumped a gallon and a half of gasoline on the floor. So we'll let that air out and hang out with the dog. There's a dog. Does it smell like gas? You don't care. You know how in like a really bad accident or something, your adrenaline takes over and like a mom can pick up a minivan off of her child that's being crushed to death? Or how like firemen and police officers know what to do in the case of an emergency and they just like do exactly what they're supposed to do? So what I like to do is the complete opposite of what you're supposed to do. So whenever I heard fuel leaking on the floor, I ran away from the valve that shuts off the damn fuel and went to under the hood to watch the waterfall of fuel, and then scrambled all over the garage to grab a funnel and get the gas can under it. And it's now about 2 minutes after said incident, and I'm realizing that we just installed a brand new fuel valve. And I was looking right at it for leaks.
Yeah. Junk.
Alright. Slowly turn the valve on. And I'm watching her.
She's wide open.
Shut her off!
Yeah.
I guess the guy, I've got to have
Big one.
a more perfect gasket that's like meant for that.
Make it bigger.
All right, I'll try making another gasket. I'm not making a third one. If the second one doesn't work, we gotta press pause and order a gasket. All right, slowly turn the valve on. Shut her off. Okay. It leaks just as bad as it did earlier. What an unfortunate turn of events. So I've been watching the back of the bowl here, which is where it starts leaking first. And I have tightened this screw tighter than I am comfortable tightening it, and then another half a turn, and it finally quit freaking leaking. I don't understand how the bowl has not shattered yet, but it didn't shatter. So now we'll push the car out, clean the floor, and try to start it and see if she starts.
Yep.
If you haven't noticed, we're outside now.
We installed a new light.
We decided if it's gonna catch on fire that we'd roll it outside so it doesn't catch my house on fire. So Brandon's got his fire extinguisher, and we're gonna see if it'll start.
Okay. It's June and the bugs are everywhere.
Hey, look at the carburetor and watch it for a minute. Make sure it's not dripping or anything.
Okay.
Not dripping?
No leakages.
Alright, keep a close eye on it. If the needle might get a piece of gunk in it and hang open and
Okay.
start dripping on the ground. Alright, are you ready?
Yeah.
Like a little sewing machine. Alright, we'll let it sit and warm up and just keep an eye on it. My inner child demands a drive to the street light and back. So, if all goes really, really, really bad, truck's unlocked now, so you can jump in it and come get me.
Get out of the way, he might not have any brakes.
I got a little carried away when I said drive down to the street light and back. Well, I meant that street light and then the next street light, and then I turned around and I went past that street light and then to the next street light and then the next street light and then this street light and then back to the house. I drove past street lights the whole time.
Yeah. You can see, so you're fine.
Ah! Can't get in and out of this. She's leaking.
Grab that wall.
Huh?
I shut the valve off.
Okay.
That's a little.
Yeah. The inside of your sediment bowl shouldn't look like a lava lamp. That's one of the seals falling down inside the bowl. I put the old decrepit factory seal in, and on top of that, I put my homemade seal I made out of bicycle inner tube, and it worked. And I went for a drive, and it's not dumping gas out, you see, and the firewall's not wet, but the outside of the bowl is wet, so it's seeping out of there. All right, gotta order one of them gaskets. Is it on?
Yeah, I think so.
So I'm editing this video, and I was gonna just make a long video about this project we got going on here with the Model A, but it's 27 minutes long, so we're outroing it now and leaving you on a cliffhanger for the next one. My cameraman insisted that we do that, so that's fine. So that's pretty much it. As soon as I get that seal in, I'll get it on that sediment bowl and get the headlight harness in and everything, and then it's time to go on a test drive again and go from there. See if the thing freaking runs okay, and then once it runs okay, go through all the grease points and change out the oil in the engine, change the transmission oil and the rear end fluid, basically get it back up to snuff, ready for the road. But first we got to get this freaking fuel leak figured out and go from there. So thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe, check out all the old videos on the channel. There's so much random content, everything you could possibly imagine. Just go check out the old videos, and we'll see you in the next one.